I would say 13% of people on the internet are cool. The rest of them, they're just a bunch of animals. Why would you want to talk to them?
Wait, you're saying only 13% of people
are cool. 13% are cool. The other 87% are writing horrific stuff under YouTube videos. They're assholes.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, you were afraid of your dad. He came home, he came in the front door, you went out the back door. You just remember going into the woods and you just stay in there till his car left again.
You're thinking about going back to church.
Yeah. I don't believe in any of it, really. And my church, I feel like I'm going there, I'm helping to pay for a legal team. So I don't want to go, no, they only raped kids. Come on, here we go. You're not against that, are you? Jesus Christ. Dude, if you took 90% of my text messages and phone messages and you put them on the news, you would run out of podiums to put in front of me that I would have to apologize. The crap me and DeRosa say to each other, forget it. So you can choose to take a comedian seriously, but that doesn't mean that I now meant the joke, and you can start saying that there's statements, you know?
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Going around saying that 87% of the world sucks, you're not going to get one.
No, but this is the thing.
You're not going to give you one.
I can say that because there's nothing you can take away from me. What are you going to do? You're going to say I can't do stand-up in strip malls anymore? That's usually the punishment. So the genius.
I fly a lot, and there's this whole new thing of generation of people that take their socks and their shoes off on the plane. You got to look at their smelly feet, and then they'll literally stand up and they will walk into a commercial airline bathroom. Yeah, use it and then walk and sit back down again.
That's not right.
Yeah, if I was a dictator, those people would be eliminated.
No, I obviously became a dad late at 48, so I got to make sure. I got to be there for at least 30 years to make sure, you know, she doesn't marry a jerk. And then, yeah, then I can just kick off and that'll be it. Happy holidays, everybody. There you go. I think he just kind of like told people what to invent. Like he just kind of came in like, I want my whole music collection in that phone. Get on it! And then all these nameless, faceless guys made it happen.
Yeah.
And then they have the big nerd concert and he goes out there by himself. No belt, you know, sneakers on. I just didn't buy it. If you went to a restaurant and you didn't like the meal, the chef doesn't owe you an apology. You know, you just don't go to the restaurant anymore.
Right.
Rich kids just sit around, you know, doing blow, sitting in Ferraris. They don't do anything. It's the poor kids that they make stuff happen. So
Yeah.
Why respond to somebody who's being negative to you on Twitter?
Because it's fun. Women are so overrated, right? We went from we went from not listening to them to now it's ridiculous. Like that Believe women. It's like all of them.
I mean, I don't know.
Again, the good old days.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know, they don't even call it Alphabet City anymore. You know that? They call it like the Lower East Side. Things, gentrification, whatever.
Was that offensive to illiterate people?
What about the angle, there was a lot coming from the Hillary Clinton camp that Trump is bad for children. And they had a lot of ads that said, you know, children are watching this guy
Oh, we all know
talk.
that children 5 and 6 years old are always tuning into the debates. Taking notes. That's what I did when I was a kid. I'll never forget that.
Because it goes the opposite direction now, of course. You get a tax break for the more kids you get. So you're saying it should go the other direction.
Yeah, no more kids. I'm anti-kids. They need to be stopped. It's one year what people should do. You know, like Richard Branson, one of these hot air balloon rich guys, you should just like float in over them right before it and just start dropping everything that they want. But even then, they would start stampeding. Like no matter how many hot air balloons he had.
How do you get out of those conversations if you're not going to admit that you're wrong because you're not wrong, but you're not going to have the argument because it's Len?
No, if I was wrong, I would just say that I'm wrong. But like if she wants to argue, I just say, well, you know, I can't argue with you because I gave up this stuff for Lent and it's driving her nuts. You never saw.
What do you think about population, world population?
It's completely out of control.
So what about be fruitful and multiply?
I think we did that. I think we achieved that goal, and it's time to move on to something else. I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Like, I think we need to kind of curb the babies for a minute.
First of all,
rest in peace to the amazing, incomparable Norm Macdonald. But somebody said, when I feel bad and down, I watch Norm Macdonald YouTube clips for hours and it makes me feel better. And dude, I did that yesterday, and shame on me for only knowing a handful of them. Every fucking thing that guy did, including when he said to Barbara Walters, Clinton killed a guy. It's the fucking greatest thing. And they go, no, you can't say that. And he goes, and she goes, Steph, you came here to be funny. And he goes, what? He goes, I thought it was public record. Dude, just the fucking best, dude. And then the ESPYs. Yeah, my favorite, the ESPYs, is when he goes, and Charles, that's something they could never take away from you unless you kill your wife and a waiter. In that case, dude, Ken Griffey's face just goes. So do yourself a favor, whether you knew all of Norm's stuff, lay in bed when you got nothing to do and go to his YouTube clips, because every fucking thing is gold. And the last one I'll say was when he was sitting on the couch next to the blonde actress from, I forgot her name, from Melrose Place. And she goes, yeah, I'm doing a movie with Carrot Top. And he was in the seat over. And he goes, you know what they should call that? They start laughing. He goes, box office poison, right? And they just start laughing. And then, oh, did I lose you?
I froze up. Oh, you froze up. Yeah, I saw that Conan episode live. I watched that like I don't know, didn't have a spot or something, and I watched it. I just was just in awe of it,
dude. And then Conan goes, so it's a working title, the movie with Carrot Top, and she goes, no, it's called Chairman of the Board. Then he looks at Norm and he goes, tried to do something with that, you freak. And then he just waits like 2 beats and goes, yeah, the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. And Conan threw his fucking chair back. The place went nuts. And I was like, dude, the quickness and fucking brilliance of that guy. So great, man. So great. Truly.
And then, you know why he's cool? He ended up putting that actor in when he did his sitcom. He ended up getting her a job. Because he probably felt bad because then the movie flopped. Because he had like it wasn't gonna anyway. You know, what are you gonna do? But dude, as far as like people to go down a rabbit hole, for me it's him, Norm Macdonald, Ric Flair, Patrice. There's like 3 of them you can just kind of go down, and it's just so different
and great
and fresh and unique. And I thought there was a lot of similarity in. As far as what they did, Patrice and Norm, I thought there was a lot of similarity. It's brutal, dude. That guy was just one of the. He's such a nice guy too. He's such a nice guy, and just I thought just so mentally beyond.
Yeah.
All of us, and that I don't know. I kind of felt like he just sort of like that smile on his face was him just enjoying just. Once you get past the depression of observing humanity, if you can somehow get into that lightened thing to just be like, well, there's nothing I can do about it, I'll just sort of enjoy it. Like, I don't know. I don't. There's no way. The hardest thing yesterday was trying to put a tweet out about this. It's like, how the fuck do you sum up a guy of that talent in a tweet?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I actually like. Yesterday after I heard it and I was sad. I never had the pleasure to meet the man, but I can tell you. I got really happy watching his stuff, and time went by really fast. I just was watching clips, and then I'm showing my wife clips, and we're just laughing. And it was just like, I mean, beyond brilliant and beyond. And you could kind of see behind his smile that there's more going on there. But dude, his gambling was hilarious. He would tweet out a fucking golf tournament, everything that happened. Literally, he would go, Tiger's coming up on the second. He's got second shot. And then he would go, Tiger missed that second shot. He's coming up. And he would just, and you think it would be over. And he would just keep doing it. Just so fucking great, man. But dude, when Barbara Walters, when he goes, I just want no homicide in the White House. Let's get rid of that. And they're going like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And he goes, oh, Clinton killed a guy. Dude, it's like, and they fucking freaked out, dude. Dude, Barbara Walters freaked out, and Joy Behar was just looking, trying to smile.
Yeah, because she knew she was worried about libel and slander. Like, you can't do that on TV.
I don't want to be famous. I get a little bit anxious when you're looking at me. And isn't it obvious? You know I'm gonna do shit. I'm stubborn as they come. Won't stop until I'm done. And I gotta a taste of it, but I don't wanna be famous. I don't wanna be famous.
But he can do it because he's a comedian and Bill Clinton's a public figure. It's a weird kind of thing, but she had never dealt with somebody like him.
He said, oh, Clinton killed a guy like he was telling her for the first time, which was so great. And they just fucking freaked out. But anyway, rest in peace to one of the greats. Watch his clips, and it's a big blow. You could feel it. He's one of those you could feel. So
yeah, no, that was a big one. And I got to tell you, you need guys. I just don't know. Why can't somebody who's a fucking, I don't want to wish that on anybody, but one of these cancel culture people, just, comedian that tries to take out other comedians.
Ugh.
Every 5 I mean, what? I mean, the fact that there's fucking comics out there doing that to other comics, talking about events where they weren't even there.
I know.
And they're literally getting this information as I'm getting it, and they just comment on it and try and help take a person out when you weren't even there. Why would you comment one way or the other?
Yeah, it's.
And then you present yourself as like the hero and this champion and all of that fucking shit. Oh. And there's a couple of them, Paul, I swear to God, they're worse than the fucking people they're going after. And I'll leave it at that.
New York has the power and the money, and Washington, D.C. gets the notoriety, and Boston and Philly got a little chip on their shoulder. Like, it's almost like we'll show you. Like, the media's tough.
That's a bunch of crap that just the media came up with. Like, they always sit there going, like, Boston and Philly feel inferior to New York City. I wasn't sitting there going, oh, I like the John Hancock Tower, but have you seen the Empire State Building? Oh, what I would do to kill for buildings like that. I didn't care. You know something? Once I saw the whole Baker Mayfield thing, once you get your opinion, you're like crazy with it. You just won't back down. You had a pro athlete sitting here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Got right in his kitchen.
You're gym class Jerry over here arguing with the guy like you got drafted too. It was ridiculous.
And then I see this play right here. Now watch this, Baker. And you throw a touchdown, and instead of, now I don't like this. I'm going to tell you right now. How come you're not, what? Where are you going? Where are you going over there?
Our band is over there. Our student section's right there. And then straight back to our sideline.
What about your teammates?
Did you watch the rest of the game?
I watched the whole game.
You did? So you saw me celebrate with my teammates like the 3 touchdowns before that too?
I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
You want me to be a soft, one of those Twitter tough guys? When guys come and sit on the couch, I go right after them. Don't you respect me for that?
No, I don't. Your big dumb desk hiding behind your microphone.
I respect you for keeping it real, Colin.
Yeah, I kept it 100.
What about when you call somebody out and then have them in front of you? That's punk. Can't do that.
No, but then you can actually just admit that you're wrong when the guy's delivering, because now he's delivering, he's still trashing.
Well, yeah, he's not admitting that he's wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Guy, Tom left Belichick, and there was this sense that Belichick wore his ass out. He was exhausted from it. If you had to pick.
Oh, my God. Are you going to go Real Housewives on me here?
Well, I'm saying.
You weren't in the locker room. You don't know what happened. Who did you talk to?
I'm American.
Some other guy who never played professional sports by the water cooler? You don't know what happened.
I heard you have a terrible theory, and I want you to say this. So your theory on Boston is, let's just wait till LeBron's old. You don't want to be aggressive and get players.
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
You got misinformation.
What did you say?
Well, why would you say I have a horrible theory without checking with me first? It's like you already threw me under the bus. Well, I get it. You got a big desk.
You seem so reasonable. Our Patriot fans, like, it's so funny. With the Red Sox, it doesn't matter how great you are.
I just love how you go into questions.
Okay. So just
you
let me...
seem so reasonable. Okay, what unreasonable Boston person are you going to trash this time?
Okay. So with the Red...
we're discussing politics.
Well, let me finish here. Okay. When the Red Sox, no matter how great you are...
Whatever you think we do there.
You're in your comedy prime right now. Like, this is, you got about 8 years left.
How do you judge that?
Because your energy level is high. You're nimble. I mean, dude.
And what are you doing? I'm not like an athlete. I'm going to blow out an Achilles and I can't write a joke anymore. If I blow out an Achilles, that's 20 minutes of material.
I think it's easier to be funny in lousy weather. Seinfeld calls it the comedy jet stream. Seattle, Minneapolis, Boston, New York. Nobody's funny in Phoenix. Nobody.
What are you talking about? David Spade is from Phoenix.
Only funny guy ever from Phoenix. Huh? That's the whole.
Nice recovery.
In the whole world.
I only have 2 comics on this show: Bill Burr and David Spade. Nobody fun in Phoenix.
But
Half your comedians you put on this show are from that state.
No, I banned them. No matter how great a Red Sox you are, when you leave, you get trashed by ownership. It doesn't matter. Manny, Schilling, it doesn't matter. No more. But Patriot fans are okay rooting for Tom. It's like two different fan bases. The Red Sox fans, the minute you leave...
They're not. They're the same people. It's the same city. Do you think they ship out all the Patriots fans during baseball season?
Two comedians I bring on the show, David Spade and Bill Burr, and he's a football fan. He's a Patriot fan. He's got two things right now. F is for Family, third year on Netflix. That's good, because that's good money over there.
Yes, sir.
It's excellent money.
Yes, it is.
A lot of money.
Jesus, what are you trying to do? You trying to get me some gold digger to go after me?
Here we go.
Let's relax. It'd be like we're very you wouldn't know that we like each other. Let's try to tone it down.
No, I'm not. I'm just...
No. I know what happened. You came right at me just saying my theory stunk. I'm just here to promote a cartoon. I'm a dancing monkey today. I'm trying to be a good guy. I want people to like me and watch the show here, and you're coming at me. I don't know anything about hoop. I'm a 5'10" white guy.
And then you're also on The Front Runner, which starring you and Hugh Jackman. You're a comedian who can act, which is amazing because I think acting's hard, and you act. Are you a good actor?
There's a lot of comedians. Robin Williams won an Oscar. Eddie Murphy. I mean, there's a lot of Martin Lawrence. There's a lot of good comedian actors. I got like 8 lines in a movie, dude. You're acting like I'm doing some Daniel Day-Lewis stuff.
My left foot. When Brady left the system and went to Tampa and won, I'm like, that's good for the performer. He means more than the system. You're a performer. I'd root for you over Caesars. Do you lean a little Boston of you look at Tom and go, he kind of stuck it to the system. The guy beat the system.
Oh, this is such a Real Housewife question. Is his victory somebody else's defeat?
Let me ask you this, though. If I said...
Yeah, come up with another, I don't know what the hell, Real Housewives reason. You know what I heard? He told me he had to pull up his socks. Tom didn't like that.
You're talking to America's honesty broker. I got a lot of sources, okay? So...
Oh, yeah. I always love when somebody tells me how honest they are. You going to sell me a car now, Colin?
Are you from Southie?
No, that's a Goodwill Hunting question that I've answered for 15 years, ever since that movie came out. Are you good at math? Do you like apples?
Where are you from in Boston?
I lived in a safe suburbs.
Saugus?
Wait, do you really?
I would like to know.
Look how beautiful you are. Look how beautiful. You know how many psychos are out there? I'm not going to tell where I live.
I feel like
What's your social security number?
I don't know what it is about Boston, guys, but Bill Burr is the voice of Boston and America. He's common sense. He's smart. He's a great comedian. He was just in The King of Staten Island. It's now available on digital Blu-ray, and he is joining us via the Coward Global Satellite Network.
Can we start by saying I am not the voice of Boston?
Okay.
I grew up in the suburbs. I'm not as tough as the guys, at least the Boston I remember. You hate Boston. I get it. You hate Boston, and you're I don't know what your deal is. I don't know what happened to you when you went to Boston. I don't know what happened. Okay, but I am not their representative. I left more than a quarter of a century ago. I'm sorry you went on the Freedom Trail and you didn't get to meet Paul Revere or whatever they promised you.
I've been battling with my girlfriend a lot lately. She loves to watch the Oprah Winfrey Show, and I love to watch her watch the Oprah Show. And then I wait for Oprah to say something that I don't agree with, and then I take it out on my girlfriend because I'm a jerk. So Oprah brings out her first guest, right? She gives her this huge intro. She's written a book, she's been in a movie, and she does the most difficult job on the planet. She's a mother. So immediately I look at my girlfriend, I'm like, really? Being a mother is the most difficult job on the planet? How many moms died on ice road truckers last season? You know, any moms get washed overboard on Deadliest Catch? No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but which job would you rather have? You want to scoop crabs up off the bottom of the ocean, hanging off some rusty tugboat, catching that trap to the back of your head every couple of weeks? Or you want to hang out in the sunshine with a couple of rugrats? You know, you can send them to bed anytime you want on some trumped up charges. Yeah. Trumped up charges, yeah, because you want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right. I'm wrong. No, maybe it is. Maybe it is the most difficult job. I mean, I thought roofing in the middle of July as a redhead, you know, I thought that was a difficult job. But evidently, these mothers, they're bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. How do they do it? Oh, the way they push that stroller with the round wheels. Yeah, and the baby in there. It's the most difficult job on the planet. Going to war pinned down by a sniper. What a joke. It's a joke. You ever burp a baby and forget to put that towel up there? Oh, there's another shirt you gotta wash, right? Oh yeah, lift with your knees and put it in that machine that does it for you. People, any job you can do in your pajamas is not difficult. Sure, it's draining, but come on, man. Being a stay-at-home mom, that's like my dream job. No boss, no time card, no taxes. You're off the grid. Hanging out all day, making grilled cheese sandwiches. Giving a puppet show, you dress like a dragon. Then some other adult comes home and gives you money. Yeah.
You got to. There should be a high top bar here, like potato skins. It's very, very Applebee's going out of business. Yeah, you have like that. I don't know if it's me, but you're so happy. Sometimes it bothers me. Like I get actually anxiety around people as happy as you. It's like I can't hit the ball back, dude. I can't sustain you coming to the net with your happiness. I'm just like, this is over. It's gonna smash it right at me.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Can these people see us as they walk by?
I think it's tinted, but yeah, they can kind of.
That'd be weird, huh? It's like on the Good Day show, you know.
Crouch a little so they can't see us.
Yeah, those sad people who show up to the Good Day show at like 5 in the morning, just stand there.
Signs.
Yeah, hoping Ethel sees them.
Like from Kansas all the time. Yeah. Bill, thanks so much for being here. I love this show. You're one of my favorite comedians. I'm excited to talk to you.
Well, I'm excited to be here. These chairs are horrific. This is designed for like, I don't know what age. It's not like 6 to 8, like when you're 11. This is like the perfect size. It's not quite adult size. It's not kid size. I already slouch. It's going to be a bad interview, dude, and I'm blaming the chair.
I slouch or go down like this or
All right.
cross the legs. Bill, are you the head writer on the show, or how do you work in the writers' room on the show? Because you write your stand-up specials, you know, obviously you're a writer, but you've never really written on a sitcom before. If you go through your credits, you hadn't really been on a show before.
Why'd you have to bring that up? Just right out of the gate, he goes negative. Never really saw you write on anything before, Bill. There was all these other nice things on your IMDb page I could have brought up, but I noticed this one glaring thing that you've never done. And right out of the gate, was it because I made fun of the chairs? I'm sorry. No, I'm not the head writer. Mike Price, the great Mike Price. I have to say that he beats me in the writer's room. The great Mike Price from The Simpsons. He's the head guy, and I'm one of 10 in there, pitching jokes and that type of stuff. So, yeah, that's what I do in there.
Were you nervous?
I'll be sure to have that on my IMDb page for the next time.
No, I love the show, and I was wondering if you were nervous getting in there with a group of writers, since you've been sort of the lone writer of all of your work for so long.
Oh, no, by no means did I want to do this by myself. I mean, you need all of that help. Like, I had an idea to do something like this on my website, just do little 5-minute vignettes, because I used to tell family stories when I first started out doing stand-up, and everybody laughed when I was the young comic. And then as I became the older comic, you know, and the helicopter kids came in, and everything was labeled, and people wore helmets when they rode bicycles, and everything was considered bullying, those same stories didn't get laughs anymore. Everybody was sort of groaning like, oh, you know. I'd be like, no, this was funny. I deserve to get beaten for that. So that's when I decided, well, if I animate these things, and I'm a comedian, so I never did it because I have other jobs that I can do to make money. So it wasn't until I got with Mike Price, he turned it into a show. Vince Vaughn's company, too.
And what was your initial, so was this the idea that you initially had going into it, that it would look like this?
No, I had no idea what it was going to look like. This was like, I actually decided to do a cartoon because you can get away with more. And also, I did like those one-camera shoots, and those people work like 12, 14-hour days. There's hair, makeup, and wardrobe. So I thought I was being smart doing an animated show, thinking, oh, this will be easy. You know, they just do a little Flintstone shit, you know? I'll come in and say a couple of goofy things into a mic, and I'll go back out, you know, go see a movie or something. And it's not quite how it works. So this alone, just trying to come up with the look of it, which you wouldn't think, it took us like, we spent like, I swear, it felt like 6 weeks on noses and eyes, because you have to have everybody look. It's a weird thing, like animation.
Well, it sets up the world.
Yeah, but you have to come up with like your race of like animated people, you know? So like the Simpsons have the mustard yellow people with the giant eyes. The Simpsons have like the Pac-Man heads. So you got to kind of come up with your own thing that hasn't been done before. So I hope we did. We try to have like we wanted the 70s look the way most of my friends remember it. I mean, the way Hollywood does the 70s is everybody looked like Ron Burgundy or the Bee Gees or something. And that was, you know, that was a group of people. And everybody drove a Pacer, which they didn't. I remember when that car came out, me and my wife was like, that was me and my mother. What the hell's wrong with me? So that was the ugliest piece of shit I've ever seen. Sorry. I went out to a diner till like 4 a.m. last night. I got into an argument over music. This kid was trying to tell me that the Foo Fighters were better than the Beatles, and I just couldn't handle that.
Wait, what? Let's stick to this for a second, if you don't mind. Who the hell was arguing with you that the Foo Fighters are better than the Beatles?
He said he didn't like the Beatles because they didn't. When I listened to their music, he goes, it doesn't make me want to get on an elliptical. Like, this is how this guy judges music. Like, it makes him want to work out. So, like, with that analogy, it's just like, hey, I don't like Mozart because it doesn't make me want to grab ankle weights. You know, I don't even, and like an idiot, I actually argued with this person. Like, they're that far down the boulevard. Like, I was going to bring them somewhere to where I was. And my eggs were getting cold, and I stayed in it. It was such a waste of time. It's just one of those days you wake up at like noon hating yourself. Like, I'm decades beyond having these things happen to me, and I still do it.
How did you argue with that? If it started there, how did you argue about it?
Upsetting other people. I vaguely remember saying to some guy there, like, because he was giving me shit for how loud I was being, I finally said to the guy, dude, who the fuck orders spaghetti at a diner? And I didn't hear another word out of him, so I was proud of that.
The one person who's excited for the huge menu orders spaghetti? You know?
Yeah, at some point I was going to make a point here. That's why I keep looking at here, and I just realized I'm blocking myself out of the camera. I love that you have the jib camera for this, like it's an action movie. Let's swoop in at these two guys sitting in these unbelievably small chairs. I literally feel like I'm going to fall onto the floor. This is insane. You really went all out with the audience, though. They got full-size adult chairs. Are these like from the 20s before they had like horse tranquilizers in our food? When everybody was like 5'1"? Yeah. Wait a minute, do you own Fab TV?
Yes, how do you know that?
Because you're so friggin' dressed down. You just had that vibe. This is how CEOs, like, I knew it. I was just like, this guy's not
by the
dressed
way,
like a
I
reporter.
had to take my host
Your
out.
cameramen are dressed better than you are. I knew it. I was just like, this guy's not a reporter. Didn't even know the name of the show. Didn't even know the name of the show. Wow.
Well, you know what? Take it as I wanted an interview. I'm like, no, I got to be in with Bill Burr. You're one of my idols.
So were you supposed to interview me?
Okay, here.
Unbelievable. What is that all? There you go. Now it looks like an interview.
You know, Mr. Burr, you know, how does it feel?
Okay,
These are the first 3 movies I saw. I saw For the Love of Benji.
Yeah.
And then we saw Scarface. She didn't know what it was. She knew it was like a gangster movie, but she thought it was like, you know, like Kojak or something. And if she wanted to leave then, I would have, but she didn't. She just is very reserved. She's just kind of like, maybe this will get better. Like, she just... Hey, how are you? What's going on? Nice to be here. I thought this was over by 7. I'm a stand-up comedian. I tell shit jokes around the country. It's what I do. And I got to be honest, like, I don't know much about writers. You know, I used to think you guys were a bunch of nerds who couldn't hold up your end of the conversation, you know, with strange shoes. I did. Yeah, but it was going to be yet another pilot that was going to fail. I'd just be sitting in a coffee house trying to talk to these writer, and it just would never connect, you know? So I always end up just staring at their shoes, but like, I don't know. I've always been like an idiot. And, no, I did. I used to think like a pony was a little horse. And there was these people down the street had this pony for like 7 years. And one day I said to my mother, I was like, when's that pony going to become a horse?
So, I don't know. I didn't understand what you guys did. Like being in a writer's room. I never really understood, like, what a fucking hell it is. In the last 2 years of my life, I've spent it in there. And, like, I've just never contemplated suicide more times in my life, you know? Every time you get that note, like, you know, I don't think we earned this moment. This isn't in our palette. Like, well, who do I root for? I just always just think, you know, there's always that sweet option. We're on, like, the 8th floor. I just think it. I think I could hit my car, you know? Maybe land right in the driver's seat and be poetic. No, I do. Just sitting in a writer's room all day. I come home, I just stare at the wall. I can't hear my wife's voice. My drinking is off the rails. And I just want to say to all you guys, I really respect now what the hell it is you guys do, because it is, without a doubt, the toughest job out here. So thank you for writing shit for me to say. I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. You know, I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. You know? More and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. It's just like, well, why are you talking? Right? You weren't elected. Shut up. Your husband's not running a lemonade stand here. He's running the country. You don't just chime in. Let me guess, is this considered sexist? It is? Why? Oh, okay, you just nodded there, lady. Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up, and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And he goes, hey, you know, I'm actually thinking it's kind of wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the up. I need a plumber in this moment. I'll extend an olive branch here. All right, at some point, there's going to be the first female president, right? Exactly. Which means at that moment, you're going to have the first male first lady, right? And when that happens, that dude needs to shut his trap. I don't want to hear a word out of him. I want to hear from the president. You, sir, go do some first lady stuff, all right? Go get yourself some gloves that go up to your elbows. Smile and nod during speeches. Go put your own flair redecorating the White House, right? Which leads you to Michelle Obama, right? Now she's sitting there holding up those hashtags. Remember that hashtag, bring back our girls? Remember that? It's like, it blew my mind. It's like, why are you showing me that? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, what am I going to do to get those girls back? Why don't you look across the dinner table? It's like, you see that guy? That is the leader of the free world. Tell him to pick up the phone, call some Navy SEALs and solve it. What am I going to do? Show up with a sharpened mic stand? Hey, Michelle said to bring him back. Oh, it's unreal. I'll tell you what kills me. Hillary Clinton might run. She might run. That blows my mind. I mean, she became a senator. She went from being the president's wife to being a senator. Just like that. Lateral move. That's like Tom Brady's wife becoming the next quarterback of the Rams. It's like, what, you hanging out? You just pick it up? I sucked at sports, and then I banged Tom Brady, and I don't know what happened. I just picked up a ball. I started lacing it. I'm leading receivers. It was incredible. I knew it was going to be like this. You know what's funny? There's actually people out there that think a woman being president is actually a good idea. You know? Can you believe that? See what they do? That'll do something. That'll change things. How? How the is that going to change anything? Do you know what the president makes a year? The president makes $400,000 a year. That's it. He's trying to keep billionaires in line, making $400,000 a year. That's all he makes. He makes less than some people blogging on the internet. The president should have you money, right? He shouldn't be sitting there with his pockets turned and saying, I need your help to give me the job, right? What do you guys all donate to the campaign? Is that what it is? So I got a dog recently. That's a big thing in my life. I went down to the pound and I got a free dog. That's how I say it. I don't say I rescued a dog. All right, it's obnoxious and it's not true. Sick of people doing that. She's a rescue. Yeah, I rescued her. Really? Did you pull her out of a burning building? My girlfriend actually, to be honest with you, got the dog while I was traveling. I was in a different state. My girlfriend got us a dog. Classic female move, you know? That's just a 10 to 15 year commitment. Why would you include me in that decision?
Do this because I don't want to have a job. I just like being able to fuck. Like, you know what I love about this interview right now? There's zero preparation. I don't have to do shit. I was watching the fucking Jets-Miami game last night. I had a couple of beers, hanging out with my dog. I had a great fucking time. There was no like, oh, I got this big meeting tomorrow. I got to hit my PowerPoints, graph how comedy exists. There's none of that. I just show up. I might have been the worst comic in the history. Like, first of all, I would get on stage. I was so nervous. I'd take the mic out of the mic stand, and I would immediately just start pacing.
Like a panther.
And it had like a nervous panther who got declawed and defanged. Yeah. And I was just walking back and forth, and my movement had nothing to do with what I was talking about. I can't even believe I got any laughs. I would just be like, yeah, so I was growing up, and my dad was crazy, and it was just like, it was like that thing, you know, the old carnival game where you try to shoot the duck.
Actually, Nerd Jesus died in the last year, right? Steve Jobs. Yeah, he died, right? I know, a lot of nerds here tonight. I know, you're sad. I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world. That was insane. He changed the world. The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the fuck did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent? I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists got to go in a back room and figure it out. How the fuck are we going to get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy. This is like Buck Rogers. Dude, my kid has a birthday in like 11 months. Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Just strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear. Right? Just throwing out ideas. There's another one. There's another one I just came up with on the way to work. I was reading a magazine the other day, turning pages, you know? I like to turn pages on a screen that aren't even there. Yeah, wrap your fucking heads around that, guys! See you in 8 years. Where you going, Michael? Big, little, get on it! Right? And all these people slave away to make his vision come true. And then they have the big nerd fest, right? Down there, Comic-Con, and all their nerd mecca. They're all showing up with their Acne and their Hulk shirts, limping into the arena, right? Does Steve Jobs go out with a whole chorus line of scientists? No, he goes out there by himself. Sneakers and no belt, like it was no biggie, right?
Like he's Tesla tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the fuck was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go in a landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit and you throw it out. Well, you think because you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face. He's trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. You remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones, we did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults. Dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I suck dick. And they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi. You think you're being healthy. You're eating your old rollerblades.
Are you going to have at 41, you still going to have the bachelor party? Do you really need to, man? I mean, you're 41. You just lived the bachelor party for fucking 20 years, right? You did. You do what? You play place? Yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, what? I can't go to titty bars anymore. I just remember there was... You can't see him? You're blind? Jeez, well, thank you for fucking bringing it all the way down to the goddamn... I didn't ask you about your eyesight. Jesus Christ, you got problems with your kidneys too? We can just turn this into a benefit? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He fucking can't see. He fucking flip-flopping the words. Who is this poor woman who's marrying you on Saturday? I don't give a fuck in a good way tone. Like, it's probably why you stayed single so long. Do you ever like... The best man is blind too? Really? Yeah, I get it. Well, first of all, you're not fucking blind. You know what? You're looking around too much. You're not doing this shit. You're like, first of all, you were blind. What the fuck are you looking back at him for? You need to work on your fake blind shit. Jesus Christ. I couldn't see with the fucking lights. All of a sudden I see this guy, this blind guy. Oh, with this guy right here with the red shirt. I mean, with the clothing. Where are you again? Just direct my head. Oh, there you are. Jesus Christ. Is that what you do? You do shit like that? I appreciate a good scam, man. That's nothing fucking better than that. You know what I mean?
There's no scam, dude. It's for real, man.
What?
There's no scam.
There's no scam?
You know what? I got blind, man.
You guys are all fucking blind. You don't look blind. You got the fucking glasses on. I am believing it. Well, you know, most comics would have just fucking left it after you said I'm blind. I'm sorry. And I literally delved into to it to the point that somebody at the table just said,